right, guys, we're going to go back in time another year. December 1987. So I guess that would be a few months earlier than the other magazine that we were looking at, the 73 magazine. This is QST. Was $3 back in the day. So let's see if we can get our camera here. Okay. What fine ad do we have in here? We have the TS 680. Which, that's down below. And then we have the TS 140. I don't really think I've run across one of those. This is an ad for Henry Radio. That's kind of interesting. Let's see if we can. Bundy Drive, Los Angeles, California. So, Kenwood, affordable DXing, it says. And let's see what it reads here. Compact, easy to use, full operating enhancements. This feature packed. These words describe the TS140, setting the pace again. Kenwood's introduction to new innovatives in the world of look-alike transceivers. Covers all HF amateur bands with 100 watts output. General coverage receiver tunes 50 kilohertz to 35 megahertz. Modifiable for HF Mars operation, permit required. All modes built in. CW, FM, and AM. Superior receiver dynamic range. Kenwood Dynamix high sensitivity direct mixing system ensures true 102 dB receiver dynamic range. New features: programmable band marker, useful for staying within the limits of your ham license. For contesters, program in the suggested frequency to prevent QRM to non-participants. Famous Kenwood interference circuit reducing circuits: IF shift, dual noise blankers, RIT, RF attenuator, selectable AGC, and FM squelch. Memory channel, VFO, subdial, 10K steps, tuning for quick QSY, selectable full QSK or semi break-in, 31 memory channels, Amtor packet compatible. That's about all they got on that one. So let's see here. All right. The BMW ICOM 900 ad. You get the DX Handy, which is like basically a CB radio. SSB. Does it say SSB? CW transceiver. Frequency coverage: any two 50 kilohertz segments in the 28 to 29 amateur band. So you get 2825 to 2830, 2830 to 3500. Supplied, it says. Any two. Frequency control: VXO provides 50 kilohertz of continuous tuning with a single crystal. So like I said, it's basically a CB radio. Power requirements: 8 to 9 volts. 6 AA cells. 7 NiCad cells. Um, 2 watts at 9 volts. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a Cushcraft ad. Dude, this is so cool. Wow. So this is like the Kenwood. This, I guess, back in the day was WD6DJY, and that was like the Kenwood station. So we can. It's so hard to get this thing to where like I can read it. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different radios in this picture for sure. You got like probably the TS 711A and the whatever the 441 was. I think there's probably a 220, a 440, and a 2 meter, and then a TS 440 and a 940. The monitor scope and the TL 922, a couple of Kenwood microphones, the TR 751A, and a really old computer program. This lamp is not helping. Okay. And it doesn't work either. So I was just hoping to get a better picture of it, you know. The magazine's kind of glossy. There's a Yaesu right there. 736R. Yeah, that's a VHF, UHF all mode. That's a cool radio. They still go for a lot of money. How to build a VHF watt meter. Get some plans over there for it. God, I really can't read this thing, guys. It's ridiculous. That's a little better. Looks like more than one circuit design here. And they like show you the board, and you know you can like make your own board, which is really cool. I'm not really sure how people like took those stencils and made them work back in the day. If you had like a sticker printer, I guess you could print like a sticker and put it over your board and then etch it. I did have a circuit board etching kit from Radio Shack back in the 80s. Never did use it. Extended double ZEP antenna for 12 meters. A laboratory style RX noise bridge. Interesting. Now, you used to see this a lot, these noise bridges, like in the 80s. They were in all the catalogs and stuff. And I'm guessing it's just an oscillator. To do what? Test the circuit? Interesting. So, they're using a timer circuit. Alright, we got a Yaesu FT23R 2 meter handheld. I see these things all the time at Hamfest, different ones that look like this. And, well, what the hell would you do with one of them? Heathkit voice synthesizer. Interesting. The International Humanitarian Award recipient, Father Morin. Interesting. 9N1 emblem. Novice notes for texts and activities galore. Practical packet for the holidays. Season's greetings. DX Century Club Awards. All listed here. Look at all this. Jeez. The hell. New Frontier. Wave guide transitions. DSP. New techniques offer promise for ultra weak signal reception above 50 megahertz. Interesting. You like to show clubs with young kids back in the day. Well, you wouldn't see that no more. Public Service Honor Roll. 88 ARL International DX Contest. 87 UHF Contest. Hamfest Calendar. Special events. We got ham radio outlet. And then we got a picture of, oh, you can't see it in here. They call him Bob or Rob. Bob Ferrero with his crazy mustache. He actually, in my opinion, in these pictures, looks older there than he does when they show him in the newer magazines. W6RJ and N6RJ, which I don't understand what was, why they both have like the same call sign almost. Jim Rafferty and Bob Ferrero. VP SoCal Division Anaheim Manager. Now, I wonder if Bob owns HRO or if he's just president. That's a pretty good question. Kenwood 940, no price. TS711A, no price. TS440, no price. They didn't change anything. Here's the TS430S, regular $899, on sale $749. So you can see that the prices haven't really changed that much for entry-level radios. I mean, let's see. They don't really show anything else. There's no price on anything. 7 store buying power. With all that buying power, you're not going to get a better deal. ICOM 735, no price. ICOM 761, no price. 757GX. There's just like, they don't ever want to give up the prices. Here is Austin Amateur Radio Supply. I'm sure they've been out of business for a long time. Call CCOM. Do they have any prices? It's like, how does everybody advertise the same crap? Nobody has a price. Berry Electronics. R&L Electronics. Another Kenwood ad. Another Kenwood. Look at the cars. Kenwood accessories. It's pretty cool. TS440. DX sighting. Now with the 440, I don't know if it's in here or not. I'm going to look, but I think that they claim 100% duty cycle transmitter. Superior efficient cooling prevents continuous key down for periods exceeding 1 hour. RF input rated at 200 watts PEP on SSB, 200 watts DC on CW, and 110 watts DC on AM. The PS50 power supply is needed for continuous duty. And you could get this superior receiver dynamic range. Kenwood Dynamics. Direct keyboard entry of frequency. VS1 optional synthesizer. 5 IF filters, dual SSB IF filtering. Vox full or semi break-in CW mTOR compatible. So anyway. Ooh, look at the Alpha. An Alpha 86. Wonder if it came out in 86. Aren't those things like really still just ridiculous money? And like aren't almost all of them like just expensive to get the tubes? If you even can. 15 watts RMF output. No time limit in any mode. Doesn't say what tube they're using. But anyway. Who knows? VHF, UHF preamps. Low band DXing. When, where, how to work DX on 160, 80, and 40 meters. Yeesh. 761. I had one of those radios. I wish I still had it. Or a 765 would be great. Wow, look at that computer. It's crazy. The Paragon. There's a guy that uses one of these all the time, and he's constantly got problems with it. And all of the ones that are out there, they all seem to have problems with them. I don't care for anything that Ten-Tec made, really. I think they're neat. And the ones I would like to have probably have the most problems. The, what is that? That is the really weird amplifier. Advanced radio devices. Yeah. Yes, you. Okay. Mostly just going to be ads at this point. Isn't that the best part, though?
MFJ. Which is this? New Model C. Amp Supply. Wow. That's crazy. Daiwa. Alpha 77 DX.
Interesting. Unadilla. Unidan.
Unadilla just makes a bunch of cheap, weird crap. Fake Balance and garbage. NYE. Larson. Missouri Radio Center.
And that will be it, guys. A little time warp to December 1987.